you're thinking about retiring to Greenville, South Carolina. First off, great choice. I've lived here my entire life, met my wife here, raised my 4 kids here, and I totally love it. With that being said, you are not watching this video for a brochure-friendly Greenville, South Carolina. You want to know what it's like to really retire here. And in this video, I'm going to talk you through what it really means to retire in Greenville, South Carolina. That means weather, that means taxes, that means housing, and all of that good stuff. So first off, let's get on to it. Why Greenville really is the place to be. Let's start with the absolute obvious. Greenville has become one of the top destinations in the Southeast. For retirees, you know the deal. We have a walkable downtown, we have Unity Park, we have Reedy River, we have Falls Park, we have the bridge, we have amazing food, art, all that good stuff. Added to that, the Swamp Rabbit Trail with 20 miles plus of biking, walking, jogging, anything you can do. And did you say Paris Mountain State Park? Yes, we did. Beautiful mountains, golf courses for retirees, everything and more. And on top of that, location is central, right between Charlotte and Atlanta, and only 3 hours to the beach. Yes, 3 hours to the beach. And Asheville is only an hour away. And those Blue Ridge Mountains, those Smoky Mountains, they're calling your name, and they are only 2 to 3 hours away. And add to the fact that South Carolina does not tax Social Security benefits, and you get to see why a lot of people are making the move south to Greenville, South Carolina. And now let's talk about the big elephant in the room, and that is numbers, and that is cost of living. Greenville's cost of living is far lower than the national average in almost every category. Think groceries, think transportation, and especially housing. Although, I'll be honest, that gap has tightened up a little bit over the last few years. But you can still find great single-story homes for under $400 to $450 in places like Simpsonville, Malden, Taylors, Greer, all great suburbs of Greenville, South Carolina. And do you want maintenance-free living? Well, there are multiple townhome and patio home communities in the Greenville area. We do have some 55 plus communities, but I'll be completely honest, there are not a ton of them, but think Ravines at Creekside, think Swan's Great, think cottages at Brushy Creek and Rolling Greens. There is a new Del Webb coming soon in the Greenville area for 55 plus, but there are a few 55 plus communities, but there are a lot of communities that truly live like that. One thing that I do see surprise people all the time, and that's property taxes. They are quite low, especially if you're coming from the Northeast or the West. What would have been $8,000 up in New York, New Jersey, that tax bill here is only going to be $5,500. And guess what? More good news South Carolina gives you as being a retiree. Gives you the homestead exemption once you hit 65 and once you've lived here for 1+ years, which is going to knock about half of your tax bill off. Okay, we need to talk about the weather. As you can see here, as I'm making this video, I'm about to sweat through my shirt because this weather aspect is where some retirees get blindsided. Yes, we truly do have 4 seasons. I absolutely love it. We get a winter, we get a spring, we get a fall, and we absolutely get a summer. But here's the deal. In the summer, it gets hot and it gets humid. As we stand right now, I'm sure the heat index is more than likely over 100. Actually, 5 minutes ago, my phone shut off because it needed to cool down. So July and August, you are looking at 90+ degree days, heat index well over 100 in most days. It's not Florida humid, but it is quite close. So if you're looking to play that golf in the summer, just make sure you stay away from those afternoon tee times as you're gonna be in your house running that AC. Now, when it comes to healthcare, Greenville is actually in a very strong spot for a city its size. We have Prisma and Bon Secours are 2 major hospital systems in the upstate of South Carolina. We also have Spartanburg Regional. We have ANMed down in Anderson. We've got specialists. We've got imaging centers, physical therapies, you name it. We also have the USC School of Medicine that is connected to Prisma. So there is some solid teaching infrastructure there as well. That said, just like anywhere, there can always be wait lists for new patients. So if you are planning on making the move down here to Greenville, South Carolina for some retirement living, make sure you plan ahead and give those new doctors a call. Now let's talk about a giant factor in that retirement voyage, and that is community. Greenville has a very active social scene for retirees. But just like anywhere, it's not always plug and play. A lot of the social fabric here is woven through churches, volunteer groups, and for sure some of these fitness and social clubs. Pickleball is huge, rec centers, and all that good stuff. If you've ever been to the villages in Florida, this is a lot different here. Greenville is way more integrated. What I mean by that? I mean, for the most part, retirees are gonna live alongside families, young professionals, and all that good stuff. So the meetups and the communities may not happen right in your specific neighborhood, but they may happen on that Thursday lunch club, the Tuesday night book club with your friends. So make sure to plan for that community. It's here. You just may have to look a little harder to find it. All right, now for the fun. Let's talk some about what retirees sometimes don't like about Greenville, and that is traffic. Traffic is increasing almost exponentially, not really, but it's getting close. Woodruff Road, Haywood Road, 385, especially 85, you don't want to go near there. So traffic is not really the fun part of Greenville, but guess what? Just like anywhere, you make the move here, you figure out how to get to places and when to go places. Let's also talk about public transportation or the lack thereof it. It's not ideal. There's not a lot of it going on. So if you need public transportation, then that's going to be not so great. And finally, let's talk about the growth in Greenville. This growth has made Greenville absolutely awesome, but there's also a lot going on and a lot of construction. So some retirees really don't want to be in a place that has so much construction, so much growth. And I get that, meaning that what was a quiet area 5 years ago now has 7 neighborhoods around it and all that good stuff. So this is not a bad thing, but this is something to keep in mind as you're looking to make the move to retirement in Greenville, South Carolina. Sort of know what it's about, where it is, and just scout the area out before you make the purchase. So, is Greenville a great place to retire? I think it is. I've lived here all my life, and I plan to make Greenville my retirement home as well. I think it can be an amazing one, but like anywhere, it's not a one-size-fits-all community. The retirees who live here thrive and lean on the community, embrace change, and for sure do their homework ahead of time. If you're thinking about making the move, I'd love to help. I'm Jamie Church, local realtor here and a lifetime Greenville resident. Shoot me a message or drop me a comment if you've got questions. I'll read them all and love to respond to them. And if you found this video helpful, hit the button, subscribe, share it with someone who's dreaming about the next chapter of life in Greenville, South Carolina. And if you want to check out 7 reasons not to make the move to Greenville, South Carolina, check this video right here. It will help. We'll talk soon. See ya.